Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Roman Reigns says his on-screen character is a shoot. The WWE Universal Champion has consistently been the best act of the company for quite some time now. Roman Reigns has always been the top guy in the WWE. Since his return at SummerSlam last year, however, he has finally lived up to the billing. He was always up there with his in-ring work, but his character work has finally caught up to where the WWE has always wanted him to be. During an interview on Peter Rosenberg's Cheap Heat podcast, Reigns revealed that he shares the same motivations as his on-screen personality and that he also wants to better than everybody else in and even outside of the WWE. Roman Reigns says his on-screen character is a shoot. This is some stuff I've said to Jay, USO, and Jimmy, USO, on screen, but I mean, it's a shoot. It's for real. This is the only way I want to be remembered as being the hands down, head and shoulders, better than everybody else on the show, everybody else in the world. They're all trying to catch me. At this point, I feel like within a marathon, we're lapping people because we put so much preparation, so much thought into the detail, the nuance, and trying to deliver the most sophisticated, not confusing, but very respectful stories as we can. Reigns is currently in the middle of a dominating Universal title run. He has beaten the likes of Edge, Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens among many others. In fact, the head of the table is yet to lose a match this year. He is currently the only WWE star to yet have an unbeaten record in 2021. Roman Reigns has been at the very top of WWE for years, but his reign as the Tribal Chief has cemented his place among the greatest superstars of all time. Recently, Reigns made a striking admission that sent shockwaves through both the wrestling industry and his fans. He stated, "This is the only way I want to be remembered," and went further by explaining that his on-screen persona is not just a character, but a reflection of who he truly is. For Reigns, the Tribal Chief isn't simply a gimmick, it's a shoot, a genuine representation of his life, family, and legacy. Roman Reigns' evolution in WWE. When Roman Reigns first broke into the WWE main roster in 2012 as part of The Shield, he was instantly recognized for his powerhouse style and commanding presence. Alongside Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, now Jon Moxley in AEW, Reigns was booked as the muscle of the group. The Shield dominated WWE with their tactical attacks and fearless attitude, making Reigns one of the breakout stars. However, when WWE pushed him into a singles run in 2014 and 2015, fans were not fully receptive. Many believed that Reigns was being forced into the role of the next John Cena, the face of the company, without organically connecting with audiences. He was booed at WrestleMania 31 despite main eventing against Brock Lesnar. This period was tough for Reigns, as his natural charisma and ability were overshadowed by the perception that WWE management handpicked him, rather than the fans choosing him. Still, Reigns persisted. Over time, he picked up multiple world championships, headlined WrestleManias, and defeated some of the biggest names in wrestling. Yet, it wasn't until 2020 that his career took a historic turn. The birth of the Tribal Chief. In August 2020, after returning from a hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Reigns shocked fans by aligning himself with Paul Heyman. This was the start of his transformation into the Tribal Chief. No longer the smiling babyface pushed down fans' throats, Reigns became a cold, calculating, and ruthless leader, demanding respect from his family, his opponents, and the WWE Universe. The storylines that followed, particularly his feuds with Jey USO, cemented this new character. Reigns insisted that his cousins acknowledge him as the head of the table. This wasn't just a wrestling storyline, it drew from his real-life Samoan heritage and his family's history in professional wrestling. The Anoa'i family is legendary, with names like The Rock, Yokozuna, Umaga, the Usos, and Rikishi all part of the bloodline. For Reigns, stepping into this role wasn't about playing a character, it was about representing his family legacy in the most authentic way possible. "This is the only way I want to be remembered." Reigns' recent comment highlights just how much he identifies with the Tribal Chief persona. To him, this isn't a gimmick created in a boardroom, it's his truth. His words suggest that when his career is over, he doesn't want fans to remember him as the young powerhouse of the Shield, the corporate-chosen babyface, or even as a multi-time champion. He wants to be remembered as the tribal chief, the man who dominated WWE for years with an aura of legitimacy. Calling his character a shoot, wrestling slang for reality, as opposed to a scripted work, makes sense. Reigns isn't pretending when he talks about family, respect, and legacy. Those values are deeply rooted in his real life. His promos, his demeanor, and his storytelling all come from a place of authenticity. This is why fans, who once booed him, now acknowledge him with respect, even when he plays the villain. Why the tribal chief resonates with fans. The character has resonated with fans around the world for several reasons. Authenticity: fans can sense when a character feels forced, and they can sense when it's real. Reigns as the big dog often felt manufactured, but the tribal chief feels raw and genuine. Cultural representation: Reigns has embraced his Samoan heritage in a way that feels respectful and powerful. For fans of Polynesian descent, this is a proud moment of representation in mainstream media. Storytelling excellence: the Bloodline saga has been one of WWE's most compelling storylines in decades. From Jey Uso's reluctant loyalty to Jimmy Uso's betrayal and Solo Sikoa's rise, every chapter has added depth to Reigns' reign. Dominance in the ring: Reigns' in-ring style perfectly complements his persona. He's methodical, ruthless, and always in control, much like a real tribal leader would be. Comparing Roman Reigns to past legends. Every generation of WWE has a defining star. Hulk Hogan ruled the 80s, Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock owned the Attitude Era, John Cena carried the Ruthless Aggression Era, and Roman Reigns has defined the modern era. However, unlike Hogan or Cena, who leaned heavily into being all-American heroes, Reigns' character is far more nuanced. He blends the lines between hero and villain, demanding acknowledgement even when fans despise his arrogance. In that way, he mirrors legends like Ric Flair and Triple H, who built their legacies on commanding respect rather than begging for cheers. By stating that this is how he wants to be remembered, Reigns is putting his tribal chief character in the same conversation as those legendary personas. Just as fans will always remember Flair as the Nature Boy and The Undertaker as the Dead Man, Reigns wants his legacy tied to the tribal chief. The importance of legacy for Roman Reigns. Reigns' family ties make the concept of legacy particularly important. As the son of Sika Anoa'i and cousin of The Rock, he carries the weight of generations. The Anoa'i family is not just part of wrestling history, they helped shape it. For Roman, being the tribal chief isn't just about winning matches, it's about ensuring his family remains at the forefront of WWE for years to come. He has already elevated his cousins, the Usos, to new heights, and Solo Sikoa's future looks brighter than ever under his guidance. This commitment to family and storytelling makes the shoot aspect of his character even clearer. He isn't just playing a leader, he truly is one. How long will the tribal chief reign continue? With Reigns' comments, fans are left wondering how much longer he will hold this role. He has already surpassed historic title reigns, defeating opponents like Edge, Daniel Bryan, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes, and countless others. His dominance has redefined WWE's main event scene. At some point, someone will dethrone him. But when that happens, his legacy won't be diminished, it will be immortalized. Whoever ends his reign will not just be winning a title, they will be ending an era. And that era will forever be remembered as the era of the tribal chief. Roman Reigns' declaration that "this is the only way I want to be remembered" is more than just a statement, it's a mission. For him, the tribal chief is not a gimmick. It's his truth, his legacy, and his lasting contribution to professional wrestling. By calling his character a shoot, Reigns has blurred the lines between fiction and reality in a way few wrestlers ever have. As the years go by, fans may forget certain matches, moments, or even reigns, but they will never forget Roman Reigns standing tall, demanding acknowledgement, and proving that he truly is the head of the table.